What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and I'm here in the last hour of my 30th birthday. I've had a great day today. We are here for the review for Pose. This is going to be season number 2. This is episode number 5. And the episode was titled, What Would Candy Do? So, before we even go into the episode, the list for the 2019 Emmy Awards, the Primetime Emmys, the list has come out, and Pose was nominated for 6 awards. I didn't find all 6 of the awards, but I do know 2 that stood out, which is they are nominated for drama series, and then Billy Porter, he is nominated for lead actor in a drama series. So big round of applause for the cast. This is a huge accomplishment for them. It's a huge accomplishment for the LGBT community. It is just a huge accomplishment for African Americans as well, and brown Latinos. It's just a huge accomplishment all the way around. So I'm so happy. I'm so proud of them. Week 1 they got renewed for season 3, and now to be nominated for the Emmys. Shout out to them. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And I hope that when the Emmys roll around, that they win the awards that they are, nominated for, especially Billy Porter. And I cannot wait to see what Billy Porter is going to wear on the red carpet, because he always outdoes himself. So once again, you guys, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. So we're going to move forward. Oh, and also before I even jump into the video, I know a lot of people in my comments talking about Paris is Burning. So I had some free time this weekend and I didn't do anything, and I sat and I watched Paris is Burning. Really, really enjoyed it. It was, very educational to me, and it was just interesting to see a lot of this stuff. Like the character that, like Candy's character that she was based off of, Venus Extravaganza. When when it got to the end of it, when they said that Venus was found dead up under a mattress, I'm like, fuck. Like, how do you discard a human? I mean, granted, you might not have agreed with, her lifestyle, but she was still a human at the end of the day. And, the thing that I thought about at the end of that about Venus, because she said it earlier in the documentary that one guy, he touched her down there, and he felt her dick, penis, whichever one you want to call it. He felt it and he flipped out and she got scared. And I would have thought that at that moment when that man flipped out on her and she said she feared for her life, I figured she would have stopped doing. I mean, I know that it was a way for her to make money, but I figured she would have stopped doing it. Like, that's like you were playing with fate. You were playing with death. You were playing with fate at that point. Like, you should have stopped, but when you do what you got to do to try to survive. But damn, to leave her body under a mattress, that's fucked up. But you guys, we're just gonna move on with the episode. All right, so the episode, we see this news reporter, I forgot what her name was, but she's outside of a dance studio, and the reason why she's outside of the dance studio is because at this point, Madonna's Vogue has gone #1, and it's catching on like wildfire. And everybody wants to know how to Vogue. Like, so they go into these they're at the YMCA, and there's a line of women wrapped around the building trying to get into the class. And we see that this is the class that Damon is teaching. And then one of the people that work there, she comes to Damon and she's talking about how excuse me, she's talking about how people want to sign up for the class, but the class is full. And she's asking Damon if he could extend it. And I wonder if are they paying? I think that he is getting paid for this. But he's I guess Damon is in agreement with extending it. So then we see Damon, he's teaching his class, and then he's just teaching, and it's mostly full of white women. No offense, but I noticed there was a lot of white women in there. Actually, I noticed there was a lot of white people in there, period. But neither here nor there. So once the class ended, one of the women came up to him and she was like, "Can you teach my husband how to, move his hips?" He said, "No." So then there was another woman that stayed behind, and he was like, "This is your first time, huh?" She's like, "Was it that obvious?" He said, "Yeah, but you'll get the hang of it." She says, "Well, technically, I won't get the hang of it because that's not why I was here. I wasn't here for the class. I was actually here for you, my friend." He was like, I was like, and I'm saying, she said she was here for him. I'm like, he's gay, right? But that's neither here nor, well, it is here or there. But I'm like, he's gay. So I was wondering, I'm like, is she hitting on him? But then she tells him, no, she's a talent scout. And she's out recruiting for Madonna's tour. And she wants him to come audition for the tour. And on top of that, she will get him at the top of the line. I'm like, well, look at that, Damon. Good things. Like you guys should continue to listen to Blanca because Blanca puts you guys into positions to better yourselves, to propel yourselves in your futures and in your lives. So you guys should 100% listen to what Blanca is saying. So then he goes home and he's telling Blanca, Poppy, and Angel what happened. And Blanca's like, "See, I knew it. I said that this was Ayer, because remember she was talking about how this whole Vogue thing, it was gonna put ballroom on the map." How do I feel about it? I mean, I still feel the same way that I felt before. I feel like when it comes down to it, and it's no offense, it's nothing against Madonna or anybody. It's just so funny and ironic that when it's stuff that we as African Americans or even Latinos do, and then someone from outside of our culture appropriates it, then it becomes cool. Like how back in the day when the cholas had them drawn on eyebrows. People took that craze and ran rampant with it. It's like how with Miley Cyrus with the twerking. She did the twerking, but then when everybody else does it, it's ghetto and it's ratchet. But when Miley Cyrus do it, oh, it's cool. So it's just. And then especially the Kardashians with the Bo Derek braids, they took that when African Americans have been wearing braids for years, but when the Kardashians wear it, it's cool. Like the big butts with the Kardashians. Oh, it's the craze now. Since the Kardashians got big asses, big fake asses, everybody else wants to have a big fake ass, but when the black women have it, ooh, that's just too much ass. So I get where Blanca's coming from, but it's just like I said, it's easier when the white person takes something that we've been doing for years and make it their own, technically. Or like with Kim with the kimono, cultural appropriation, basically. So then Pop is like, "Well, hey, do you want me to be your manager like I am to Angel?" And Damon's like, looking at him like, no. So then at House of Wintour, we see Ricky is telling Electra that he also has an audition. He got the audition from someone that I guess he was on the Albie Shore, from the Albie Shore tour, or someone that he knew. And he tells her that the casting agent, the scout told him that she would move him to the front of the line as well. So then the others in the house are talking about, oh, this could be our chance to hang out and meet Madonna and whatnot. And Electra, I don't know if I couldn't be in her house. I'm sorry. Electra is a total fucking bitch. Because she gonna sit there and tell them like Madonna wouldn't be seen slumming it up with what did she call them? She called them peasants. And I'm like, but these are your kids and you sitting here calling them peasants? Peasants? What the fuck are you? Queen peasant? Like, Electra really gets on my nerves at times. So, Electra's telling Ricky, oh, this could be my opportunity to meet Madonna. If you get this could be my opportunity for you to introduce me to Madonna. And I'm like, oh, okay, Electra. So it's all about you. Not Ricky, but you. How this benefits you. Not Ricky, but how it benefits you. How selfish. Like, oh my God. And then the bitch had the audacity to say she's proud of herself. What the fuck did you do? Ricky's the dancer, not you. Ricky got the audition, not you. You didn't do nothing for Ricky. Electra really outdid herself. So, we see Blanca and she's talking to Damon. Damon is dancing and, she asked him about Ricky. He says that he doesn't miss Ricky, but, Blanca like, you don't get over your first love like that. He says, well, technically, Ricky wasn't my first love. Dance was my first love. And then, she's like, well, have you saw Ricky lately? He says, yeah, I saw him at a ball, but he ignored me like he didn't even see me. And, how you just fall out of love with somebody? She says he didn't. It's just his ego, his feelings are bruised and all that. So, so then Blanca tells Damon, well, with this audition, I think you need to go and talk to Helena. He was like, she's going to say no. So, no, I'm not going to do it. She's like, you're not going to that audition unless you have a conversation with her to get her, to see if she approves of it. And even if she doesn't approve of it, Damon, you have 1 year left before you graduate. So you should, if she says no, then you stay and you focus on graduating, which I definitely agree with that. I get it that it's a big opportunity to go on tour with Madonna, put your name out there. And then if people see you on her tour and be like, oh, who is that guy right there? I want him to be in my music video. I want him to be on my dance troupe. Anything like that, So I definitely get both sides of the coin. I see where Blanca's coming from, but I also see where Damon's coming from. So I can see both sides. Because I felt that way when I was in college. Like, there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, but I put it off because I'm like, you know what? I need to try to finish school. And so that way, even if what I want to do doesn't pan out for me, I have my degree to fall back on. I'm actually thankful that I got my degree, because when I was in college, I was broke as fuck. And my mom knew what I wanted to do. She knew I wanted to do music. She knew I wanted to act. Still do. I'm hoping at some point in my life I get to do all this stuff that I want to do. Hopefully this channel helps me, put myself out there. It's definitely helping me with my confidence in myself. Because a year ago, I wouldn't have been confident to even get on camera to do the stuff that I do. So I'm definitely coming out of my shell. And, when I was in college, I was trying to audition for reality shows. More specifically, Big Brother, because, there's a grand prize at the end of the show. And I wanted that grand prize to help myself and my mom. But, we're going to move on. So, we're going to move over to Damon's dance class. So, they're dancing. And Helena is not liking what some of the dancers are doing. So, she asked Damon to, do a solo, do the dance for the class. And she's like, see, that's what I want from you guys. So then once the class ends, Damon tells Helena he needs to have a conversation. He needs to talk to her. And he says, can I talk to you over coffee? So then him and Helena go and have coffee. And he's telling Helena about the opportunity to dance for Madonna. And looking at her face, you would have thought she was going to say, absolutely not, Damon. Because remember, last season, when it came to the I'll Be Sure thing, she didn't want to budge on it. It was like, absolutely hell no. But, she tells him about the opportunity that she had when she was in her last year of school, and her teacher didn't agree with her, but she knew that that was the opportunity that she had to do for herself, for her student to, not only being a woman, but being a black woman. She had to put that out there, and she had to show people what she was capable of and what she could do. So she does give Damon her blessing. She's like, yes, Damon, if this is what you want to do, she says, although I don't, although the pop world is just not my genre, not my forte, I'm not going to stifle you, and I'm not going to tell you not to do that, because if it helps you, if it puts you out there, by all means, do it. But what I want you to do is I want you to come back and finish your last year of school. He says, got it. It's a done deal. And I'm like, and I kind of, like I said, looking at her face at first, it was like she was going to look like she was going to say no to him. But then when she, told him her story, I'm like, okay, I see where she's going. She wants him to pursue his dream. Although it's not something that she understands or she sees, but if it's something that he feels can project him, go for it. Just come back and finish your degree. And I think that's a good lesson for anybody out there. No matter what. Yes, if there's something that you can do, if it might be lucrative to you, if it might be beneficial to you, like if you're in college, if it's beneficial, if it's lucrative, go for it. But if you're so close to getting that degree, do not let that slip by you. Like, I know a lot of people because in my hometown, like the high school that I went to, we're big. My hometown is a big football city. So we have we have some some people from my hometown. Like I have a guy, I have a classmate that I'm real cool with. He went into the NFL, but when he got in the NFL, he played for he played with Colin Kaepernick for the 49ers. He played with actually he played with the 49ers for his whole career, which was short lived because he hurt himself. And he went. We were in college. We were actually in our last year of college, and he got drafted. He never went back to school, and it's a lot, and it's other people in my hometown that's done the same thing. They got drafted in their last year of college. They didn't go back, and then my friend that went, the one that I know personally, he went pro. He got some endorsement deals. They weren't the best deals, and he came into some money. But now he's back home, and his life is not what it used to. We're 30. We're all 30. Everybody in my class is either 30 or 31, and I think he works in the railroad system now. Coming from the NFL to the railroad is a big decrease. Like, I'm just saying that, I'm just glad that Helena told him that, because I wish a lot of people did that. Like, people see dollar signs instead of, the bigger picture. Yes, the money is there. They're gonna offer it to you, but at what cost? Like for him, I know his leg is messed up. Like he probably has the body of a 60-year-old man at this point, because he got hurt when we were in high school. He got hurt when he was in college, and then he definitely got hurt. He got hurt his last year in the NFL, and I think that's why they dropped him, because he wasn't worth anything to them at that point. So suffice it to say, anybody out there who is in school, if you're in your last year and you get an opportunity to do something that you really want to do, definitely do it. But also remember, in the long run, go back and finish that damn degree, because you can always fall back on that degree. Always. Y'all, I really did not mean to preach in that last scene, so it is what it is, but we're moving on. So we see each house. They're getting it, they're getting Ricky and Damon together. Now, it's different in both houses. In House of Wintour, Electra, she takes out some money and throws it at her kids and tells them they have 24 hours to get Ricky in tip-top shape for this audition. And she's not lifting a finger. I'm like, damn. Again, I could not be in that bitch's house. She is selfish. She is self-absorbed. She is narcissistic. Like, she's everything in the book. Like, god damn. So, and then over what the hell is House of Evangelista. That's it. So over in House of Evangelista, you see different. You see Angel, you see Poppy, you see even Blanca. Blanca is lending a hand to help get Damon ready for his audition, which is a total opposite of Electra. So back at House of Wintour, Electra's talking to Damon. I mean, not Damon, but Ricky. She's asking Ricky, do he have feelings for Damon? He says, no, I'm over that. She says, good. She says good, and for him to, when he goes to that audition, she wants him to leave him a whimpering, crying mess, to go back to his sad sack, pretty much, sad sack excuse of a mother. And again, I just don't understand why Electra feels a need to put somebody down to lift her tall ass up. Like, are you that miserable? And I think that's what it is for, I really do feel like that's what it is for Electra. I feel like after Electra got her surgery last season, I feel like Electra is, she thought she would be so happy being a woman, but she's not, because, Mr. Ford left her. So I don't think Electra's nearly as happy as she wants to put on the front. So I think that's what it is. To make herself feel so good make herself feel good, she feels like she got to put everybody else down, which that's fucked up. But Electra's a fucked up person. So we see Ricky and Damon. They are at the audition. So they are both in the same group with one another. And then Ricky notices that nobody from the ballroom is there. And so then they go in there and they do the dance. And I'm like, wow, that choreography, There is no way in hell I would have ever been able to do that. I would have been like, man, fuck this shit, I'm out. Because it was very, very intricate, and I thought it was pretty cool. So once they finished the audition, they congratulate, they tell each other they did good on the audition. And one guy comes out and he kind of waves at Ricky. I'm like, oh, Ricky, please don't fuck him, please don't. So we see the next day, Blanca, she's at the apartment, she's pacing around, and Ricky Damon's like, Mama, stop pacing, shit. She's like, it's been a day. When are they supposed to call? He said they can call any minute. So the phone rings, and she answers the phone. She says, Damon, it's for you. So Damon goes to answer the phone. And then at House of Ventura, we see Ricky, he got the phone call as well. So Ricky says that he got the audition. He got the call back. So then we go back to Damon. Damon's face is saying he didn't get it. I'm like, oh, poor Damon. And then he tells Blanca he got the call back. So both Ricky and Damon have the call back for Madonna's tour. So we'll see how this is going to play out. All right, so next we see Ricky. So Ricky is with that dude, Chris, who told Damon a few episodes ago that Ricky cheated on him when he was on the I'll Be Sure tour. So they are together, and Chris wants to fuck. Damon is like, Ricky is not Damon. Ricky is like, what? I got to get ready for this ball. I got to get ready for this category, bitch. Butch. I didn't mean to say bitch. Butch Queen film. He's not really, comfortable with it. And the dude tells him like, he basically told him he's a bitch to he's an underling. He's a bitch. Electra's little bitch, little lackey, because Electra treats him like shit. And he tells him he needs to grow a pair of balls, and and say what he really wants. And Ricky says, I can't believe I fucked up my my relationship with Damon for your ass. Like you toxic and all this shit. And then they kind of went low with each other, because the dude Chris was telling Damon about, not Damon, Ricky, about himself. He was like, you want to say that shit last night when your legs was behind my neck? I'm like, well, god damn. And then Chris says, well, shit. What did he say to him? Something about he needed help trying to find his G spot. I'm like, well, god damn, like, how low we finna go? Like, what's next? Is dick small? Like, shit, we going low for low. Low, 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 low. Low, 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 low. Low, 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 low. I'm like, god damn, y'all went low as fuck. So then we see Electra talking to her kids. And, she's talking about this is the last chance that Ricky has to practice for the callback that he got. And she says, while she was thinking about how she could help Ricky, something kept coming to her mind, and it was WWCD. Now, you might ask, what does WWCD stand for? Well, I'll tell you. It stands for, what would Candy do? I'm like, what would Candy do? Huh. What would Candy do? So, let's think about it. Candy was not a practical fucking thinker at all. Candy was, gung-ho, think, whatever comes to her brain, that's what the bitch does. So I would not want to do anything that Candy would do, and I'm not talking about because she's dead. I'm just talking about because Candy was a hothead. She played by her own rules. She didn't think about I guess, I'm not saying it because she's dead. She didn't think about her actions. She thought about what she wanted to do in that moment. She didn't think about the repercussions. So I wouldn't be going for what would Candy do, because again, she was not a practical fucking thinker. She was headfast. She was a hothead. But then Electra pulls out this bitch's hammer. They're like, is that Candy's hammer? She was like, yes, it's her hammer. So what Electra wants to do is she wants to break Damon's foot. I'm like, really, Electra? Is it that deep? And the reason why it's that deep for Electra is because Electra has this in her head that she's gonna be BFFs with Madonna. She's gonna go on private beaches with Madonna, on go for lunch with Madonna, go for high tea with Madonna, go everywhere with Madonna. I'm like, again, that's your narcissism, that's your ego, that is your self-absorbed, self-indulgent. Like, it's just everything. Like, it's all about self for Electra. Self, 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 self. Kids last, dirt last, devil last, equator last. Like that's here's the kicker. Electra is not gonna do anything. She wants the kids to do it. They like, bitch, you do it yourself. And she looks at them. She says, so whoever does it for me, whoever does it, y'all get to go with me, me and Madonna somewhere. And again, who said you're gonna meet Madonna? Like, it is all about fucking Electra. Annoying. All right, you guys. So at the ballroom, the category is runway. Bring it like old school black and white cinema. So we see the people. They come out doing their thing. So then we see Poppy and Angel. They come and get Blanca, and they go into the back, and one of Electra's kids is there. Was that one of the house hopping hoes? Can't remember which one it was. And they tell her about the hit out on Damon's foot. She's like, well, they said a hit. She's like, wait a minute, she want to kill him? They're like, no, she does not want to kill him. She wants to take out his foot, so that he is not able to compete against Ricky in the callback. And she was like, oh, fuck that shit. So she goes out and she finds Electra. He tells Electra, like, bitch, if something happens to Damon's foot, I'ma kill your bitch ass. She didn't say bitch ass, but I'm saying bitch ass. I'ma kill your bitch ass. So, Electra tells her, Damon is young. There'll be other opportunities. She says, first of all, Electra, this isn't an opportunity for Damon or for Ricky. This is an opportunity for all of us, because before now, nobody was looking at me, looking at Damon, looking at Ricky, or looking at you, despite the fact that you are 7 foot tall, and your head is so high in the clouds, and you think you better than every fucking body. You're, at the end of the day, bitch, you still one of us. And before now, like she said, nobody was paying attention to us. But now we have the opportunity for people to look at us and see who we really are. So, bitch, give me the motherfucking hammer. She didn't say that, but I'm saying it. Bitch, give over the motherfucking hammer. So Electra, one of the girls gives her the hammer. And, she gives her the hammer. She says, win tour. I'm like, well, bye, you bougie bitch. Again, Electra, there are moments that you want to, like that moment when her client died, you felt bad for the bitch. But other scenes, you don't feel bad for the bitch. Like, God. Ugh. So then at the bar, there is a woman that is talking to Poppy, and Angel sees it. He says, you over there looking, you can come over and say something to me, basically. So, she goes over to him. She's like, where have you been? He says, I've been working double shifts, just trying to hold my own in the house. She's like, oh, I understand. She said, I've been working hard too. She says, and me working is a big distraction from this whole Candy situation. And, then Piper tells her, hey, Blanca told me that, Ford has really been booking you. She says, yeah, she says she got another Wet n Wild campaign, and also that they got her an Essence cover try. So Piper's like, oh, okay. So when you get that cover, we can take a rain check on that date. And then she walks off and looks at him. He says, you looking good, Ma. I'm like, aw, isn't that cute? So then we get the next category, and the category is Butch Queen Vogue Femme. So one dude comes out there, and he doing his thing. While he doing his thing, Prey Tell's reading the shit out of him because of his pressing curl. I'm like, God damn. So we got a new Candy. So then we see Damon come out, and Damon does his thing, and then Ricky comes behind him. So then Prey Tell asks for the scores. He says, scores from Miss Duck Walk, please. And Miss Duck Walk got all 8s. So then he says, can we get the scores for, Damon? Oh, shit, I forget the name. Damon Evangelista. How do I forget Evangelista? So Damon gets all 10s. So then Prey Tell asks for the scores for, Ricky Wintour. That's going to take a minute to say. Ricky Wintour. I'm going to have to get used to that. So Ricky lost to Damon by 1 point because Ricky got almost all 10s, except for the last judge who gave Ricky a 9. So then, Electric is pissed off and leaves. And, after the ball, we see Ricky. He is drunk as fuck. And he walks up to one of the guys, and, the dude was like, didn't you just break up with Damon? He's like, girl, you're sloppy, and no. So I'm leaving. So then Damon comes over to him, and Damon is really telling him, like, well, actually, Damon gives him, tells Ricky, he gives him the trophy because he says Ricky did better than him. And, Damon tells him that he feels like when it comes down to the audition, he feels like Ricky will get it, but he wants him to stop drinking. And then, as Damon's getting ready to leave, Ricky says, I broke up with Chris. And Damon turns around. And then Damon basically tells him, like, you need to be strong and stand on your own 2 feet. And again, stop fucking drinking. So Damon dips out after that. All right, so then the last few scenes of the episode. So we see Damon and Ricky. So they did the audition. Now, unfortunately, they did not get it. Now, the guy that, waved at Ricky early in the episode, he got it. And they told him congratulations. So then the talent scout, she comes out. And she's like, y'all both did good. And she's like, if you guys are interested, I do have another audition that I can send you guys on. And, they were like, what is it? So she tells them it's Solid Gold. Damon knew what Solid Gold was, but Ricky didn't. I didn't even know what Solid Gold was. I never heard of Solid Gold. I'm assuming Solid Gold was out before I was born. Because I'm 30 years old today. And I was born in 1989, so I don't know anything about Solid Gold. Never heard of it. Oh, and also, Ricky was talking about how he felt like he let his house down. And Damon tells him, like, this is not about the lecture, this is not about the house, this is not about the ball, this is about us. Like, leave that shit alone. So they all, after the scout leaves, they almost kiss one another. I'm like, ooh, are we gonna get a kiss? We didn't. So then we see Damon and Ricky, they're talking to this guy named Jim, who is the guy that's behind this reboot of Solid Gold. And he's telling them he got it for the cheap, and he's only doing a pilot, so it's not really picked up yet. And he's telling him he only needs 3 dancers, and that he can't pay them more than scale. So then Damon says, well, we come as a pack. There's only one condition. We come as a package deal. He was like, why do y'all think y'all are here? I want both of y'all. So we do see them. They're doing the thing. So was Solid Gold like a countdown show? Like what? Was Solid Gold? Because I don't know, and I know some of my subscribers are a little bit older than I am, and you guys know some of this stuff. So school me on this because I've never heard of this show. So is it like American Bandstand and mixed with Soul Train, mixed with like 106 in Park from BET? Is it like American Bandstand, Soul Train, 106 in Park, and TRL? Is it kind of stuff like that where they would count down the songs and like, I just don't know. Just let me know if you know what Solid Gold is. Again, I don't know. So we do see them dancing on Solid Gold, and it's counting down. There were a few songs that I definitely knew. I knew MC Hammer, Can't Touch This, doom, 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 Can't Touch This, doom, 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 Hammer Time. I do know that. I was young. I was really young when that song came out, but I definitely 100% remember it, and I definitely remember them parachute pants. I think my cousin has some, and those motherfuckers were ugly as fuck, and they looked hot as fuck, to be quite honest with you. And then we heard Belle Biv DeVoe, that girl is poison. Woo! Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. Yeah, I know I can't sing, so don't judge me. So, like I said, they ended up finishing. And again, it's a pilot, so they don't know if it's gonna get picked up at this point. So, once the girl that was dancing with them, once she leaves, Ricky is like, I really don't want this day to end. And I'm like, oh, that is so sweet. And he tells Damon that he's changed, and he's changed because of him, and that he wants to be with him. And Damon is like, but I don't want that to get in the way of what we're doing here. The music, I mean, not the music, but the dance, and I just don't want that to get in between it. And again, he was like, you don't want to get in the way of true love. I'm like, oh, we going deep, 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 deep. But, you know, Damon says, friends? And I'm like, oh, I know Ricky's heart was crushed. He says, friends. I'm like, nigga, get your man. Kiss your man. Do whatever you got to do to your man. Get your fucking man. But he said friends. I'm like, well, friends it is. But you guys, that was the episode. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.